Yeah, they feel that 87 was a very exact number. They feel that it's around 90%. Yeah, so 87 is around 90. So only 10% of our universe is perceptible by, or observable, or experienced by our five senses. And of that 10%, you see your program, you see your bit, and I see my bit. When you and I look at something, we don't see the same thing. You see what you're here to see on earth. I see what I am here to see on earth. We have language, which is the great equalizer, because we tend to what's called communicate, or not. But communication is just us discussing our differences, making them similar. So let's just take a simple example. How many colors of dots are there? How many colors of dots are there? 2? Really? Let's turn up the lights. Close your eyes. Open your eyes.
Oh, wow.
How many colors of dots are there? Really? Aren't there 3? The white dots are all merged together, aren't they? But you didn't see them as dots, did you?
Oh, wow.
Hmm?
Wow.
So, each of us, let's go back to the way. Each of us has a program, and that program is a combination of our cosmology, the journey of our soul body, our genealogy, the journey of our physical body, and our chronology, the experience that we're having in this lifetime. And all of those rivers come together to form the inclination of your observation. And in that inclination of your observation, you see whatever dots relate to your system. Your sensory system is set up to observe certain components of the world. And that setup is so that you can then work with those components of the world to fulfill your lessons of this lifetime and proceed on your destiny, if you're conscious. If you're not conscious, you're just arguing with what you observe and trying to manipulate it with some external force. Mostly people try to manipulate it with money.
Mm.
In other words, you experience what you experience, and then because you don't like it, you try to manipulate it. We use war to try to manipulate it. We use we use seduction to try to manipulate it. We use marketing to try to, we use so many different things, and they all revolve around a kind of a central core value, which is the value that we place on time, which is money. The key to expanding your awareness, to expanding your consciousness, is that you actually expand the amount of the what is that you observe, that you experience. So if you're not getting along with someone and suddenly your awareness expands, And so not only do you see what you didn't get along with, but you see this other part of that person that you find quite pleasant. Does that change your relationship?
Yes.
If the increases to the extent that if the pleasant portion increases to the extent that it becomes a larger ratio, right? Let's say that the unpleasant is 10 and the pleasant is 1, and you really don't like this person, and suddenly you expand your awareness and you pick up more of the white dots, which are kind of mutable, pliable, moldable, right? And you can make those into whatever you like. You can shape those dots as you wish. And you actually increase it, so it's no longer 10 to 1. Now it's 10 to 5, 10 to 6. Drink. How does that change the way in which you experience that person? What if instead of it being that person, it's your circumstance in life? What if you are experiencing your circumstance in life, and the way you are experiencing it is a 10 to 1 ratio. 10 is unpleasant and 1 is pleasant. And you expand your awareness by doing Kundalini Yoga, by doing mantras, by doing meditations, by doing Vipassanas, by eating properly, by resting your system properly, by disciplining your conversations. And suddenly now the ratio is no longer 10 to 1, but it's 10 to 5, 10 to 6, 10 to 7. Do you experience more opportunities in a life with that expanded ratio?
Yes.
Do you feel less stuck?
Sure.
Dark matter on the white dots. 10 to 1. 90% of what is in front of us, around us, within us, forget the directions. 90% of what permeates our experiential environment is available for you to use as you wish. Does a 3-month-old know where the toilet is?
No.
Does a 3-month-old know what a toilet is? Does a 3-month-old do its business in the toilet? Welcome to the world. When you are potty trained, you now know what a toilet is, where the toilet is, and how to use a toilet, and when to use a toilet, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And it adds a particular amount of grace to your life. Is that correct? Can you imagine at this age being laid down and pants pulled off? It's a pretty gross picture, huh? Especially when you take it personally.